Andrei, here is what NATO Secretary General said.
Has to know that after a peace deal, if he would try to attack Ukraine again, the reaction will be devastating. And this is exactly how we are designing these security guarantees.
So what is, let's somehow interpret what he's talking about, Andrei. In the aftermath of any settlement in Ukraine, there must be nothing of NATO remaining in Ukraine.
Yeah. Again, we are discussing nut jobs. Rutte is a certified idiot, a pathetic idiot it is. It's all words, we are discussing the waves, the air waves, so to speak, the compression of the air which comes out like I'm talking right now. I produce obviously waves, those, you're an engineer, there are all kinds of things. It's shaking of the air. Imitation. This is what it is. Who the hell is Rutte? What is NATO? What can they do? They have been paraded as the paper tigers. There's nothing behind it. Yeah, like this air marshal. Ooh, I have 140 combat aircraft. Half of them, probably more, do not fly, are used for, cannibalizing to the spare parts. So, and he can say whatever he wants. Those pathos-ridden, grandiose statements. It will be devastating response. With what? That's the whole thing, with what? What? Netherlands army, Norwegian navy, oh my God, Bundeswehr, which trains with the cardboard cutouts for even 10 years ago for rifles. I mean, we discuss constantly this, the Kabuki theater, which is nothing behind them. Europe has nothing. Militarily, it is impotent. It has some kind of things which pass for the armed forces. The only real force in terms of the strategic bearing on anything in Europe is France, because it has independent nuclear deterrent, and they have to really pray to Charles de Gaulle, but they will not, because they hate Charles de Gaulle, because he was the last true heroic and real French man. They don't have men anymore in France. Okay, their armed forces are a joke. Their air force is a joke. Okay, so everything is about it is joke. That the Lilliputian forces, they pretend that they have they can mobilize people. Okay, let them mobilize 2 million. By the time they will mobilize it, the Europe will cease to exist. They don't understand what they're talking about. It is all PR. It is all, especially Europeans, brainwashed. I mean, most of them are. So, yeah, sure. If Russia has to do it, she will do it. And that means what? European political military elite will cease to exist physically.
They feel that the only, the obstacle Europe sees in Ukraine is Donald Trump himself and his administration, Andrei, because we know the division between Europeans and Americans is somehow widening. And Zelensky, by the way, when he talks, I can hear the voice of those policymakers in Europe. How do they feel about the future of the conflict? Here is what Zelensky said. In my opinion, it's so much alarming what he's talking about.
The United States have their policy. They don't see us in NATO. For now. Everything in our lives is for now. Maybe the position will change in the future. Maybe somebody will come to realize that strong Ukrainian army strengthens NATO, and not vice versa. Politicians change. Somebody lives, somebody dies. And it's life.
Yeah, he's simply saying that by 2029, Donald Trump is gone and we're getting back to the same.
Oh man, that's the only thing they can do. They are idiots. Again, you have to understand. If you look attentively at NATO, if you look attentively at their military, their officer corps, modern officer corps, these people are imbeciles. I mean, their officers are joke. Okay, the only way they could support Ukraine was, we know, It was the United States which was providing the bulk of the support, which essentially the United States ran out of it, okay? So because it doesn't have anything. So, I mean, again, we're discussing madmen, okay? We're discussing people who are, you know what? It's Norma Desmond, okay, from Sunset Boulevard. Here's my close-up, you know, when she goes out and down the stairs and people are getting there ready together with media. Police is getting ready to arrest her. So, I mean, their generals are idiots. They're incompetent cretins, okay? They don't understand balance of power. They are utterly incompetent. They are uneducated. Look at their military academies. It's a joke. So, and what do you expect? The whole collapse of any kind of the expertise. It started in Europe long time ago. And now, I mean, as I already stated, remove today some obstacles, France will cease to exist as normal state. It will disintegrate. So we know how it will disintegrate. Same goes for United Kingdom. They screwed it up so badly that there's no way back. And militarily, again, they are nobodies. If they decide so, the addresses, and I'm being very honest with you, addresses of those people, okay? I mean, literally street addresses. The bunkers where they will want to, you know, hide, it's not going to save them. They all will be killed. They don't understand that because they never faced anything real in their lives. They are all those creeps from all those supposedly elite universities who never held a real job in their life. Okay, they are politicians who know only one thing: how to stay elected. And now they have this absolutely justified fear that they could lose this power and wealth, of course, together with those families, which bunch of their, you know, there are many fanboys who, oh yeah, you know, the Rothschilds, they are control the world. No, they don't. So they don't understand the issue of warfare. They don't understand what is composite index of national capability. They don't understand those things. You study those things. You study real military academies. You study them in the serious institutions. And what is serious institution? Russia, Royal United Service Institute is a joke. Chatham House, look at those people. They are morons. They do not understand the fundamental things, which are technological things and military things. And military is the first derivative of the industrial, scientific manufacturing power of the state. And so, can I say, let them live with it. But again, especially after Vladimir Putin stated who they are, you know the intention. We all know. I mean, there's nothing they can stop it if Russians decide to take them out, if they represent and they completely begin to cross red lines, and they will do nothing. Okay?
Yesterday, Vladimir Putin said that the Oreshnik missiles are ready to be sent, you know, to be used. In 2 weeks, they're going to provide them. Andrei, do you see a scenario in which Russia would need to use them?
Yeah. Again, don't forget, Oreshnik, which is coming on, well, not coming, it's already on. It's just that there are a number of the procedures which they need to declare, but it's not only in initial operational capability, which it was for months now. No, it's already on the combat duty, some of it obviously in Belarus, and Mr. Lukashenko, the shyster that he is, trying to take the credit, well, nobody will let him anywhere near, you know, those weapon systems. It's Russian weapon system controlled through the obviously strategic nuclear forces, which, by the way, celebrated recently their professional holiday. But point is, it's already on duty on the first line. And we don't know how many. We know that there is at least one regiment, at least. So how many launch? Again, these are completely new technologies. So, yeah, Oreshnik is just one of them. Many people, for some reason, concentrate on Oreshnik, but there are a number of the means which Russia can use without even nuclear-tipped warheads. Oreshnik can be, you saw yourself, what happened to Dnipropetrovsk. We're still waiting for those, you know, satellite images from NATO who say, oh, nothing, they just, you know, nothing happened there. So, and yeah, it's even without nuclear warhead, it can basically penetrate. We know that it penetrates extremely deep into the ground, and so yeah, it could be used in purely conventional form, or with some high conventional explosives, or of course nuclear tipped. And again, this is just one of them. It's not about single system, albeit they do matter. They are part of the larger system of the Russian defense, and both offensive and defensive capability. And yeah, Russia already operates S-500s. Russia operates all kinds of advanced things, and new types of the weapons are coming online literally monthly. So, and yeah, it just don't forget there are other means to deliver the message if it comes down to it. And again, number of them will be simply not even nuclear tipped.
The United Kingdom is in the process of building an Iron Dome, Andrei. Whenever somebody talks about Iron Dome or something like that, like we have it in Israel, you see the country is not seeking for friendship, for partnership, for cooperation. They're seeking for war. We know that. From Israel, at least, from the experience, Israel is not seeking partnership, is seeking, more conflict. Look at the war in the Middle East. But when it comes to the United Kingdom, why do they need to have Iron Dome if there is no war in Europe, if there is no enemy in Europe? And how let's assume that they're gonna build an air defense system like Iron Dome. How effective that could be?
Zero. It cannot be effective already. So first, Iron Dome. I mean, what is Iron Dome? It's essentially short range in Israel system, which was designed to intercept slow ballistic Katyusha type missiles, which is classic ballistic trajectory. It's launched, boost phase, shuts off as any ballistic missile does. And then, of course, easily predictable ballistic trajectory. That's how they fail. But, it probably can intercept Mach 0.9, maybe Mach 1.1 Katyusha rocket made out of the water pipe, by all kinds of those Hamas type people or whatever. Reality is, against the modern missile technology, they're useless waste.
There is no Hamas in Europe, and
no, they think that somehow, it's all again imitation. There is not a single system, even in foreseeable future, in combined West and NATO, including United States, which can intercept the salvo of the supersonic missiles. Forget about hypersonics, they have nothing to intercept it with. And we are talking about all kinds of types of hypersonics, ranging from the gliding vehicles such as Avangard, which can be actually flying even without the 1 megaton nuclear warhead. The impact of even single conventional Avangard could be devastating, because we're talking about Mach 27. I mean, and that we're obviously looking at the kinetic energy, which varies directly with the square of the velocity. So same goes for Zircon. There's nothing they can do. They cannot intercept it. They cannot intercept the salvo of supersonic Onyx missiles. And then Kinjal, then all those things, new Iskanders. I mean, what are you gonna do with what? They lost the arms race. I'm speaking about it for record for 10 years now. They just lost it, period. And there are gaps which will never be closed now, And so they can declare whatever they want. Again, as I said, I'm Superman. No, Batman. Yeah, go try to debunk me. So if I said so it must be true.